studied BTech, MTech and PhD from IITs. So people think that by seeing from far, okay, you are studied in IIT, so you got in Harvard University. But a student from state universities or like normal colleges, is it impossible for him to get into Harvard University?
No. I'll tell you the whole story. Okay. See, in India, we know that Indian Institutes of Technologies, the IITs are the best. So we have a kind of respect for them, or maybe a kind of perception for them. Okay, this guy is from IIT, so he must be good by default.
Yeah.
But in US, they don't care whether you are from IIT, NIT, or state colleges or private colleges. They just, because they don't judge basis on that. They judge basis on you, not what you have, but what you are. So they will, for example, they might not care whether I'm from IIT or not, but they saw me, like they will question you. They will see whether you are fitting for their position or not. Yes. It doesn't matter about your background, whether you are fitting to their position, whether you have that kind of knowledge, whether you have that kind of publications which are aligning with their line of research. Then and also the interview matters a lot. If they will see that, okay, this guy is the best person I can get, so they will take you. It's not like that, but it's not like IITs will not help you. IITs will give you an environment to groom. But it's up to you how much you can like mold yourself or change yourself or learn from everything. Because I've seen many people who will just attend classes or maybe bunk classes and then watch movies and sleep in their rooms all night or all day. So, I mean, even if you're an IIT and if you're doing that kind of thing, it won't like help you much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your BTech was in civil engineering, then MTech also aligned to civil engineering and PhD also. So, but currently you're working in something very much different, that is in medical stream related. Like how you are able to cope up with the new things and all.
So like in research, it's like if you are, for example, just take an example of this, maybe like road accidents. So if you do research on road accidents from engineering perspective, like from civil engineering background, so you will look at the engineering perspectives. If somebody is doing that research from a medical perspective, so that is kind of a different outlook. And similarly, psychology people also do research on that. Sociology people do, even people from law also do. So it's a kind of multidisciplinary or a transdisciplinary area where so my ultimate aim was to work for road safety. I already had the engineering background. I wanted to explore, okay, now let's take a look from another perspective. That's why I came in the medical domain. And I've also been like, I have some publications where I have already done like psychological based research on that aspect. So I'm kind of exploring different areas because there is no boundary for that. Generally, in traditional areas, people have a restricted boundary. For example, in structural engineering, you can't do medical things. But here I'm getting a chance, a kind of opportunity to explore the same problem from the different outlook. And that's how like you can get more surety about your findings because you're not restricted yourself to a particular domain.
What role exactly you're working on and what is the research you're working on?
Okay, right now. Right now, like I am, there is a project known as like scanning of driver scanning at intersections under the, it's kind of, on the drivers who have a partial blindness. So there is a medical term for that. They call it like homonymous hemianopia. So hemianopia means like a certain part of your vision is blocked. For example, when you are seeing, you can see like maybe this much. And if a person who has a hemianopia, maybe left hemianopia, so he can't see the left half. Or if he has a right hemianopia, he can't see the right half. So there are like in US, in many states, even people who have hemianopia, they're allowed to drive. So which is very kind of dangerous for them as well as the other road users as well. So that's why this study is being conducted, where like we are trying to see how their scanning patterns vary when they cross the intersections. So in this, like we have created certain scenarios in driving simulator where like there are motorcycle hazards coming from the intersections and then we are asking them to respond to them. So based on their like honking patterns or responses, we are able to judge like how much these kind of scanning patterns are getting influenced for different kinds of like vision impairment drivers. And also we have like future plans for some naturalistic driving experiments. So where we'll incorporate a kind of camera in your vehicle for maybe 2-3 months, and then we'll just judge your like visual patterns. So the camera will kind of record your video, and from the video we'll be creating certain softwares which will directly capture your gaze behavior, and then we'll analyze to see like how you actually drive in field, and then we'll find a correlation between the driving simulator as well as the field. So that's my work.
The first thing which I came across is your LinkedIn post regarding the postdoctoral application admission. So can you just brief out here?
Okay, so that post was about like how to search for postdoc. Because in the last couple of months, many people have been asking me. So I thought, okay, let's make a post so that it can help. It can reach to many people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I wrote about how to get postdoc. So there are 4 ways. First one is like you prepare a draft mail in which you highlight your interest, your background, what you are working on, and like your achievements, and then you show your interest to work with the faculty. And before that, make a list of the faculties and read their research, like what are they working on and whether it's aligning with you or not. And then send that email to all the faculties, and then whichever you are targeting, along with your CV and if possible cover letter showing your expression of interest. And you may not get replies from many of them, maybe 90% won't even reply, but 5 to 7% they will say that okay, I'm interested but I do not have funding. And if you're lucky, 2-3% of the people, they will tell that okay, we might consider you, or they can direct you, like in my case they will directly highlight you, okay, this is the vacancy through which you can apply. And some will say that okay, I will keep your CV and I'll tell you in future if there is a position. So these things will happen. So if you are lucky, you will get maybe 2 or 3 opportunities from there to where you can just give interviews and apply to. And then there is a second thing where you need to search each and every job on websites. Like there are websites like jobs.ac.uk for UK, and then in US they have academickeys.com, and similarly you just search like okay, postdoc in your
Phd.com, something like that.
Yeah. So you can get like lot of LinkedIn is there. LinkedIn, you just of follow some of the these hashtags and maybe some of the key kind of societies which are working in your area, key universities. So from there, and also follow the professors. So many times professors also keep on putting like statuses about vacancies and all. So you just keep on exploring all these stuff. And then there is a third way where like you apply, you have decided that okay, this is the thing I want to do. You have already defined your research topic and everything, but you need funding for that. So then contact some of the professors, show your interest that okay, I want to apply in that scholarship or in that fellowship, and I want your support so that I can come there and work in your lab. So for this, there are many scholarships. Like in Canada, they have this Banting scholarship. So and then they have Marie Curie for Europe. And similarly, there are some fellowships. So, and then there is Humboldt Fellowship for Germany. So you can apply through these fellowships as well, but it's very much competitive, and they select like hardly 50 or something, and from every domain, arts, humanities, everything. So it's very much difficult. And there is another thing also, like your known professors or your known faculties, they may be having contacts outside. So through them also you can get some postdoc if you want. So these are the 4 key ways like in which how do you get the postdoc.
How is the life at Harvard University?
Yeah, life is kind of chill, the weather is also very cold here. When I reached here, it was around maybe 3 degrees or 4 degrees, and I had to wear various kind of jackets and all that stuff. You can't go in slippers and you can't go in sandals that time. But now I think since the last week, it's kind of getting much warmer, and now you don't need jackets. But here the problem is, the kind of weather shock for me is that if it is cold in morning, it may be summer in afternoon, and it may be raining in evening. So I have to think, okay, whether I have to take my jacket, whether I have to take my umbrella, whether I have to take my boots, I don't know. So I have to kind of take everything with me, because you don't know when weather is going to change.
It's changing.
So that's kind of a beauty of Boston. Okay. And when you talk about Harvard is like, I remember the first day when I went there, I was mesmerized. It's all red buildings and green trees, just red and green. So I have been like exploring it yet, but still it will take maybe a year to explore it fully.